Jen Jacobsen of livelaughstamp.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to do a series on scrapbooking. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute winter, well, it wouldn't have to be winter, but a two-page layout. I've chosen to use the title Snow. If you don't want it to be winter, you could easily switch that out and use the title Smile. So here is page 1, and then here is page 2. And I'm going to put up a slide with the list of all the sizes of the supplies that you need for this. So if you'd like to follow along with me, you can, and we'll get started. We're going to start with page 1, which is a 12 by 12 piece of Whisper White cardstock. And I've taken a 6 by 12 piece of designer paper. This happens to be the Sycamore Street designer paper, which is the 2013 offering of Sale-a-bration. You could really use any designer paper that you like. Then we're going to go ahead and come on in here with our second piece. Now I've done part of this in advance. I've punched along the bottom, and I will show you how to do that in the next on the next page. And I've gone ahead and used baker's twine and double wrapped it around and tied a little button on. So we're just going to grab the Sycamore Street, or I think it's Madison Garden stamp, and we're going to go around the edge. I am using Pool Party on Pool Party. It just kind of gives it a nice tone on tone. And we're going to go ahead and take the Oh Happy Day and just stamp that right up in the corner so we have our greeting. Oh Happy Day. This would be a nice generic scrapbook page that you could really do anything. As long as you're having a happy day, you could put happy pictures on it. We're going to come in here and lay that down now next to the side. So we have that ready to go. Right, now what I've done is I've taken half of a top note. We're using the other half on our second piece. So I've cut out a top note and just sliced it in half. So one will be used on this side and one will be on the other. And we have these 3 cute little banners that we're going to put right under there. So I've gone ahead and cut those out with the itty bitty banners. And now I've just I just put some sticky, and I'm just going to go ahead and line those up right underneath. And I kind of want to layer them so they're not all the same length. Well, I think I actually went this side because I see how I cut that at a cute little angle. It's a better angle. And then we'll do this one. Our colors here are Tangerine Tango, Pool Party, and Island Indigo. And now we have enough sticky on that. We're going to go ahead and just put that right on top. And then I have my, it's your 1-inch circle that's cut out with another designer paper. We're just going to get that up in the corner. And then let me show you a little trick on how you want to thread these buttons. These are collapsible needles. They're so fantastic. They work great for threading buttons. I am a believer in no naked buttons. We want our buttons to have either ribbon or have a little bling on them or something. I can tie that in a bow. I believe the best thing to use to hold buttons and 3D objects onto projects are glue dots. We're going to just nip the edges of that. And how I like to work with glue dots is you don't even have to get your fingers on them. You're going to just take your button and touch it directly to the dot. And because this is kind of a big button, we're going to go ahead and do a couple dots for good measure. And now we're just going to put that right up in the corner. And look at that. Total cuteness. All right, now we're going to get decorating it with all of our circles and dots and all that stuff. So I'm going to come in here, and this is the big circle, and we're going to kind of just pull that in and kind of tuck it under there to tie that together. We've got our scallop circle with the 1 1/4 circle designer paper. And remember, you can use all different designs of whatever kind of paper you would like. Got the 1 3/4 inch circle punch coming in here, and the 1 1/4 over here. And now we've got just kind of some random dots. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp a cute little image and get a little embellishment right up here. So I've gotten the Pool Party ink, and we're stamping with the Madison Garden stamp set. Again, it's a Sale-a-bration offering right now. And then we're going to use the little baby for the inside. And I'm going to grab the scallop circle punch. This is the 1 1/4 scallop circle punch. We're going to go ahead and get that punched out. Notice how I go upside down so I can see exactly where I'm punching. And now we're going to take this punch from the itty bitty punch pack and we're going to punch out its little baby to go in the middle. And with the 1/2 inch circle punch, I'm going to punch out an island indigo 1/2 inch circle. And that's how we're building that little image. Now let me tell you about a really fun, the silicone craft mat, which I love. You can do all of your sticking right to it and it will not stick to your mat, but it will stick to your cardstock when you're working. So I'm able to take this and run it right across the mat and it's not picking up the sticky there. Now I'm going to grab this orange scallop circle just to give us a little base here. So we're going to put that right there. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' dimensionals just to pop this up and give this a little bit of dimension. So here goes that image. I'm going to offset it just slightly so you can see a little bit of that tangerine tangle peeking through underneath. Now I've gone ahead and built another one of these images, so we're just going to mimic that right over here for consistency. And so now we're ready to go and we're about ready to get our title on there. So right down here in my last project that I showed you, we had snow. Now my family and I just went to an ice festival. So I'm going to choose to make this one say Ice Fest because I know that I want to put our ice festival pages, pictures on this page. So we're going to put this down here as kind of the little anchor for our Ice Fest. I've gone ahead and cut these out. Ice Fest is all on there. Now I want to get just a couple of little ribbons underneath here to add a little bit of accent and to match my ribbons that I have going on up here. So I'm going to grab the Island Indigo ribbon. We're just going to come and kind of tuck it right under here. And I'm also going to use a piece of the Pool Party ribbon. And since my title went down so low, I think I'm going to go ahead and add an extra little circle dot there just to kind of hide those. So page 1 is done and we're going to move on to page 2. We've got our same designer paper that we had on the other side. I've got a 1-inch strip here. We're going to go ahead and put that down. Give a little bit of border on the edge, the white edge. And I'm using the same paper that I used. This is 3 by 12. My other piece on the other side was 6 by 12. And now we're going to pull in that top note and we're going to, if you've heard me say that, I kind of like carrying the theme and kind of mimicking what we have. So since we had this at the top of the other page, we're going to go ahead and anchor it at the bottom of this page. And now we're going to build our little words down here. So, oh, happy day we had on the other side. I think we're going to go ahead and just, it's still a happy day. So we're going to go ahead and punch a little, oh, happy day. And I'm punching that out with the curly label punch, which also kind of matches our top note die really well. And notice here how I'm leaving the flat edge there on the bottom. That's on purpose. We want to just have part of the image. We're going to stick that down here at the bottom, and I'm kind of centering that. And then we're going to grab the scallop circle punch. That's an Island Indigo. And I kind of want to just tuck that a little bit under there. I really like things to kind of touch. It kind of anchors it down. And that same little image I taught you how to make on the other side, we're going to go ahead and stick that on down. And a cute little button with polka dots. And again, you heard me say I like to anchor, so we want that kind of touching there. So all of that comes together. Now we have this cute little kind of just doodad embellished corner. Now, I promised you I was going to show you how to do this punched edge. We're going to take one of the edge punches and you're going to come in and notice how there's a guide right on here. So you just go ahead and you're going to put your paper in and then you're going to match that along the guide so that we get a straight edge. If you guys remember those scissors we used to use back in the day that had the cool decorative edges, but then you go all crookedy. And this allows you to not go crooked. So we'll dust some of that out of the way. And that's how you get that really cute punched edge. And we're going to get those all stuck down. These are perfect for photo mounts. I really, really do like pre-scrapbooking. Basically having pages that are ready for pictures. When my scrapbook club asked me years ago if I would consider doing this, I thought, I do not at all know how I would make pages if I didn't have my pictures all ready to go. But I can tell you, this has made it so easy to not have to worry about just looking at blank pages. Now I know exactly I can plug in pictures here if I want to put another one there or another one here, but since I'm not sure if I'm putting a picture here, I want to add just a little more cuteness. I can always cover it up or pull it off if I decide I don't want it. But for now, we're just going to layer that in here and get this in here anchored, of course, so it's not just out there floating around. And you have now, with me, hopefully completed 2 super cute pages.